right, Dana White just announced UFC 311, and it is a massive card. These past few days, we have seen big fights get added to the card for the first pay-per-view of the year. The main event was announced, Arman Tsarukyan versus Makhachev. No surprise there, but I think most people were surprised about the co-main event being Merab and Umar Nurmagomedov. Is Merab coming back too soon? Is the UFC just setting him up for defeat like they did with Aljamain? Jon Jones also gave an update on the fight with Tom Aspinall, and there is so much news to break down, guys. Let's get into it on JackMMA News. Jon Jones teases a potential future fight with Tom Aspinall, which is great news, seeing that lately Jon has been seeming like he does not want to fight Tom Aspinall more and more. But a fan commented on Instagram asking about the fight, and Jon Jones replied with eyes emojis, which means, yeah, he is somewhat interested, and not only just interested, at the very least entertaining it. And it's a big deal because before he would shut it down, saying he was going to retire, saying he didn't need to do this, saying he probably wouldn't fight Tom Aspinall. Looks like maybe something is changing behind the scenes. We can only hope. We do not want to see another Francis Ngannou situation where we never see this fight, because that would be such a terrible tragedy. We also have an update from yesterday. Garry admitted to tapping to Shavkat Rakhmonov. Yesterday, we talked about how Shavkat, in an interview with Ariel Helwani, said that he tapped out Garry in sparring. Garry responded to this in an interview saying, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Shavkat tapped him out. It's not going to matter when it gets to the fight, and it's a different fight totally.
In one of those sparring sessions, he choked you out. Is that true?
If he's hanging on to something like that from training 2 or 3 years ago, then guess what? Do it on Saturday night. Do it underneath the bright light. Let's see if you can do it.
Now, as I said, this isn't a big deal, obviously. Like, dude, you know, everything happens in sparring. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you're just practicing. You're just trying to get better. The goal isn't to win every spar, right? It's just to put yourself out there, you know, put yourself at risk. And you're not going to fight how you would in a fight like you would in a spar. Ian also met Shavkat, and it doesn't seem like there's any beef between the two. It seems like there's actually just a lot of respect. And speaking of this fight, tune in at 4 p.m. Eastern time, because I'm going to do a breakdown live on the channel of the full card, giving my picks for each fight. So just go tune in there, guys, or watch it if you can. I also did a prediction video yesterday, and you guys can go check it out. It's in the corner of the screen. Alexander Volkanovski also teased a potential return coming up. Alexander Volkanovski posted the year 2025, basically teasing his return, which we all know is going to happen next year. And with UFC 312 looking like it's going to be in Australia, I think we could potentially see Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski 2 there, even though it seems like Topuria doesn't want to go to Australia. But I think it would just make sense, seeing that, yeah, Topuria probably is going to want to fight sooner rather than later. Aljamain Sterling also met Mosvar Evloev, and yeah, there was a little bit of respect, but I still felt like a little bit of hostility there.
How you doing? Good. How you doing? Good. Health is good? Very good. Keep doing what you're doing. See you soon.
I mean, Aljamain did call him out, you know, accusing him of using PEDs. And Aljamain Sterling had this to say during the UFC 310 media day.
I think he might dislike him more than me. So, that's a good thing.
You know, I actually think Aljamain might be right on this one. But I think what you guys have been waiting for. As you guys know, UFC 311, the main and co-main event, got announced surprisingly out of nowhere. I'm going to look at the full card in a minute, but let's recap real quick. Dana White did announce that, yeah, obviously Arman Tsarukyan, Makhachev is going down. But surprisingly, right, Merab versus Umar is going to happen. I didn't think that this fight was going to happen, especially this soon, but I thought maybe it would happen, honestly, maybe even after Ramadan. With Merab on social media seeming like he did not want to fight Umar, calling out guys like Piotr Jan and Sean O'Malley. But apparently, according to Dana White, Merab went to his desk being sick of the disrespect Umar was showing him, right? Because Umar has been calling out Merab, saying Merab was ducking him. Also tweeting out Georgian scripture, which seemed to really upset Merab at the time. And yeah, apparently Merab is sick of the disrespect and said, look, let's just get this fight done. I want to fight this guy, and that's that.
Merab came into the office late last night, told us that he is tired of listening to Umar disrespect him and wanted to make this fight happen as soon as possible.
And honestly, credit to Merab, because he's like, nah, we're gonna handle this. But I do worry, is he thinking properly, right? Because we've seen in the past with Aljamain Sterling, right? Aljamain got set up to lose to Sean O'Malley. And let's be honest, I don't think Dana White and the UFC want Merab to win this fight. I think they want Umar to win. And what's a better way to do that than to ensure that Merab has a quick turnaround? Now, 4 months isn't exactly the shortest of turnarounds, but look, it could be definitely a lot longer, especially because Merab just went 5 rounds with Sean O'Malley, where he probably did a lot of wrestling that camp and is going to have to do a lot more wrestling this camp. I just hope Merab isn't going in with injuries and things like that, just trying to get this fight done, you know, acting on emotion. I truly hope he is ready for this fight, but I do think Merab stands a really good chance. And it seems like there's a lot of heat on this matchup. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's a situation where Merab is trying to get Umar in his short training camp, because we recently saw Umar post that, yeah, he has an arm fracture and he can't fight in January, but now all of a sudden he can. So maybe this is Merab trying to rush Umar. Maybe he is preparing this whole time. Obviously, Islam Makhachev, Arman Tsarukyan is no surprise. I'm pretty 50-50 on this fight, honestly. I don't know who is going to win. I'm probably leaning, though, Islam, I think, just because the striking. I think he'll probably have a more striking approach in this fight. I think the threat of the takedown will push Arman Tsarukyan back, letting Islam Makhachev to control the distance and pick him apart at range. And here's the full card. We have the main event, co-main event, J. Alton Almeida, Sergey Spivakos on the card, Yuri Prohaska, Jamal Hill, Kevin Holland versus RDR. That's a really good fight. Johnny Walker versus Bogdan Gustav is also really good. I mean, you got Alien Perez on the card, Albert also on the card versus Renato Barcelos. I mean, honestly, guys, this is a really stacked card. I was a little worried because we weren't getting a lot of announcements, but now that it's here, yeah, this is a good card. I'm like, super excited for this. Let me know in the comment section below what fight you're most excited for, guys. I'll make another video tomorrow and tune into the live stream. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.